What up, friends? Geoff Fienberg here with you. Friday afternoon edition of the Geoff Fienberg Show on FTN Daily, presented by PrizePicks. Unfortunately, today life calls unable to do the full cut sweat show with my man Pat Mayo and friends. Happens, but here I am. We'll talk through what I assume will be pretty much up to the end of the coverage this afternoon. I don't know about you guys. I got wave obliterated. Like obliterated. Wasn't it supposed to be pretty wave neutral? I know the variables are always in play, but I got what appears to be obliterated in terms of my outright wagering on the wave discrepancy in this Open Championship. And we're not getting tough weather either, so it's kind of frustrating. At the moment, I'd really like to see Dustin put the pedal down here, finish really strong, even somehow top potentially for Telly. I want to see Dustin get out there with Spieth tomorrow. Talk to me in the chat. I'm flying solo here, just watching the coverage. They're on a commercial break now for me. On that note, coverage has been pretty poor coverage. Without any true shot tracer details, it's incredibly frustrating. Or shot tracker details, I should say. It makes it incredibly frustrating follow. It seems like we're able to see less golf than we normally do. I understand there's the logistical issues, with the NBC crew back in Stamford. Maybe I should just be switching over to my Sky Sports feed. Maybe I should just be doing that on the week. And I don't know. I like to give the North American broadcast a chance, but you do feel pretty naked when taking in this broadcast at the moment. My complaints are different for this major than the other major. But in the end, I don't know. Louis running train. You'd think maybe there'd be a made. No, you'd think he'd finally like cool off in a major potentially. No, he's just rolling. He's just rolling. But what? He's probably turned his plus 450 overnight line into something closer to, 2-1 at the moment. Leads Morikawa by two. I bet Morikawa to miss the cut. Any indication how this one's going for me, people? Any indication? No. I did bet Dylan Fratelli on a soft book not too long ago at 125-1. So that's great when you're cheering for Fratelli. Dustin Johnson would be a linchpin for me in some other factors, and I talked Johnson up as my favorite elite on the show with the PME this week. Didn't bet him. Hit me up in the chat. Tell me what you're sweating at this moment. If you're even enjoying this Open Championship, I'm sure if you got money on Louis or Spieth, you're quite happy. Even BK is just sort of lurching. Paul Casey lurking. John Rahm. I don't know. Every time this guy goes on camera, ball's going to 3 feet. Should be interesting. This seems pretty boring, though, right? Like, no wind. Just a calm afternoon. Not much wind in the forecast for tomorrow. Crappy coverage. What am I missing? Tell me in the chat, friends. Tell me in the chat if I'm missing anything, okay? You can tell me in the chat if I'm missing anything. I certainly don't have the Grillo, Seam, Harding, Sullivan lineup. Certainly do not. Lowry just struck his ball. I guess if you're going to watch what I'm watching, he's walking after it, so he must like it on 17. Hits down on the green, stands pretty still. So that's sort of where I am. Boring, unfortunately, needed some conditions. Yeah, thanks, Craig. Oh, did Louis just get Ander cursed? Tim is a staunch Louis Oosthuizen supporter. So I don't even want to, I'm almost crazy enough to give Tim a free pass. Well, no, he doesn't deserve a free pass. But Louis Oosthuizen is probably one of Tim's 3 favorite golfers alive. So when he makes outlandish comments or is cursing him, it's sort of like when he was talking about the Montreal Canadiens. He's genuinely, how do I put this? It's like a genuine desire to see it come through. He's not trying to play anything silly. What do we make of these Callaway bags this week. What do we make of these Callaway bags? Yeah, Seb. Listen, you could have been sitting there. Clubhouse tickets. Finau coming in strong. Morikawa, and then yeah, they get sorry, and then yeah, now Finau's what 7-8 back of the lead. Really exciting to see Finau play well this week. Tim said he already won. Check his tweet. Okay, I'm going to check his tweet right now. I am going to check Tim's tweet. Oh man, Tim, you shouldn't have done that. Louis Oosthuizen super fan. Oh, now he goes over the green. Tim. Louis Oosthuizen has my full and complete endorsement at the Open. After the PGA and Open endings, it's marvelous to see him win. Go get it, Louis. Oh, DJ found trouble? That's annoying. That's annoying. Well, good on you, Tim. So what? Dustin's gonna have about a 22 footer to save his 7 under. Well, Scotty Scheffler is just steaming, and Scotty had that amazing Scottish Open too. All things considering. Mm-hmm. And Hovland's not playing so well. Yeah, my picks really sucked. My picks really sucked. Tim just iced the leader. Isn't that interesting? Did Fratelli go OB? Is this a drop? No, lucky guy. Right on that fence. Hard to know anything with the shite coverage. Oh, sit. Fratelli's will run to the back of the green. Stay there. Oh, stay there. Okay. Hopefully he can come in clean. Got a little piece of him at 125 to 1 before a book made a move. I don't know. All my picks suck. Time for me to finally get ice. Even my DraftKings. Like trying to find those lone 6 of 6s. Uh, I'm gonna need Shez to come home clean. So I'm sweating Shez. I don't know about you guys. Guido. Know a lot of people gonna need Guido to make this birdie at the last. I am not one of them. Kind of felt dirty fading Guido this week, but I don't know. That's where I was. Louis finally finding a little bit of trouble. I assume he'll have been over par since Tim's tweet, right? That's how this is going to work. Bryson getting in on the number. Sergio. I think it's Sergio, 125 to 1 I'm looking at as a live bet. Does that seem sharp? What, he could be 6 strokes back? Yeah, my Barbasol bets are doing pretty good actually. Let's check Barbasol scoreboard. Let's see what was going on in Barbasol. Had some Adam Shank. But there's a whole afternoon wave of players that are going to go out in real soft Barbasol conditions for me. Speaking of which, loading it up right now, PrizePicks, PrizePicks.com, promo code FTN, 100% instant match bonus up to $100. It's you versus the projections over at PrizePicks.com. Full weekend, tons of action on the go. NBA Finals action tomorrow night. NBA back after the All-Star break. MLB back after its All-Star break. There's UFC fights tomorrow night. Don't forget, make your tickets. PrizePicks, PrizePicks.com. They'll have a plethora of Saturday scoring options, scoring projections, even weekend finishing projections over at PrizePicks.com for the Open Championship. No rest for the wicked. As I'm sure the Saturday projections will be up sooner than later over at PrizePicks.com. If you want something from me for the weekend, just play Vladdy to the over. Off his All-Star game, MVP. Vladdy to the over. They're playing Texas tonight, so all Vladdy. But Check out all the open options, all the single stat options, single round score projections for the golf, single round birdie or better projections for the golf, tournament finishing positions for the golf. PrizePicks.com certainly picking up their golf game in a big way. Checking out that Barbasol leaderboard right now. Ryan Armour firing a 67 today. He stands alone at minus 12. I do doubt that will be the leader when the afternoon wave does come in. They just got started. Bo Hostler, birdie start for Bo Hostler, getting his Barbasol going in the right direction. Are books even doing live Barbasol? Sometimes they're just so caught up. Yeah, the book that I could catch napping isn't even doing live Barbasol. I don't blame them. I don't blame him. Louis for par makes it. The one thing about Louis Oosthuizen, I honestly did not see coming. Who could have seen it coming? Is how proficient he has been in that putt range of 6 to 10 feet. Arguably one of the best putters in the world in that range this season. Statistically, might actually the best putter in the world in that range. A lot of things about Louis. We expect him, the sweet swing, keep it in play, make all those right decisions. But to have such a reliable putter, and it's strange, right? Because he was horrible putting at the PGA Championship, where it wouldn't have taken much to put even more pressure on Phil and to have that big American breakthrough victory for himself over Phil Mickelson at the PGA. But outside of the PGA Championship, he's hit just about everything. Oh, I thought Dustin rolled that one in. Would have really liked to have seen Dustin roll that one in. I do believe now Dustin is going to lose his chance to go off in the second last group tomorrow with Jordan Spieth. That is something I've been spending the last little bit rooting for, hoping Dustin could get out there with Spieth. Even Fratelli is going to leave himself a bit of a tester coming in now. As I am paying attention to the potential pairings, final round pairings for tomorrow. It would seem like it'd be a bit of a miracle in some ways to not get Louis and Morikawa tomorrow. Just if you're wondering, should I be listening? Should I not be listening to this? Just know I bet Colin Morikawa to miss the cut. Right? So I don't know anything. Big putt coming up here for Fratelli. It could keep him in the second last group tomorrow with Jordan Spieth, depending on what happens with Scotty Scheffler, and he drains it. He drains it. So at the moment, Fratelli will be going off in the penultimate group with Jordan Spieth, but Scheffler on the course. Scheffler looking smooth as butter at the moment. Like to assume he could potentially cross that 7 under number, and can't discount the fact that Dustin Johnson still has a couple holes left. Feel free to leave any comments in the chat. We could talk about anything you want here. Pretty anticlimactic afternoon at the Open Championship. Sometimes we get the goods. Sometimes we don't. We don't pick the slates. A +1 cut that essentially is 100% by all accounts to be the number. I'm sweating Chez Reavie, trying to get into the weekend, holding at +1 right now. I believe he's one of the last men even on the golf course. It is Chez Reavie and EVR, both at +1 through 13 holes. They could be two of the last deepest men on the golf course at the moment. Harris English trying to make a charge. He's 2 under for the day. He is also on the 13th hole. No, I'm finding actually a couple one deeper. Marcel Schneider. Oh, once you go real back, you can find a few guys who are actually deeper. And what a little turnaround for Jon Rahm. Not going to lie, would prefer he didn't birdie the last hole and go into the weekend with even more momentum. But what do I care? I'm certainly not going to hit a bet on the looks of it. And I'm probably not going to hit anything in terms of DraftKings either. Because I suck. A lot of times I can come on here and say I suck and still be in pretty good shape on Sunday somehow, and then you guys mock me for being such a nervous Nancy. But I don't really see it here. I do not see it. So here we are. Louis has just piped the 18th fairway on, yeah, I believe that's 18. It is still rolling. I don't know who he's playing with, but he absolutely annihilated past John Rahm. John Rahm getting a good look at Louis Oosthuizen, is he? A lot of tractors in play for Louis Oosthuizen at the moment. It's, I don't know, man. Louis a goddamn legend. Louis a goddamn legend. If I'm gonna come up empty in bets, there's a few guys atop the short list ahead of Louis Oosthuizen who I'd like to see get me. And and I think the reason why I like Louis so much, well, Louis is in such a soft spot. Like it's so hard for me to hate Louis or dislike Louis. It's because the guys that I dislike the most are usually the ones that have roached my wagers. Like I don't know about you guys, but it's the guys that are continually winning while my guys are like finishing T2 or T3 at a finish line of an event. Those are the guys that I seem to can't stand. For an example, why did I probably detest Jordan Spieth for all those years? He was probably the best golfer on the planet. Well, that's simple, friends. Because I had money on Matt Kuchar at Royal Birkdale. And I had money on Dustin Johnson at Chambers Bay. Dustin Johnson at the tee, par three, 16th hole. Hopefully he could stick something, get on a late run here if possible, find himself in the second last group with Jordan Spieth. Or if he birdied out, no, that still wouldn't be enough. Morikawa Louis looks all but locked in to be our final pairing at the Open Championship on a Saturday. Tell me in the chat if you've got any idea what time you think they're going off tomorrow. I'm not asking that as a quiz. I'm asking that because I want to know. I'm asking that because I want to know. Um, yeah, I don't know. They're gonna have to do some pretty wild things with the pin locations this weekend. You would assume that crazy hair, that crazy hair groundskeeper is gonna have to find the most maniacal locations on these greens for the weekend. That's essentially all we can beg for things to get crazy. You know, and that's just the realities of the Open Championship, right, guys? Weather goes down, can be boring, but it's not boring if you got Jordan Speed ticket. It's not boring if you got a Colin Morikawa ticket. It's not boring if you got a Louis Oosthuizen ticket and some other chasers, right? They'll go off around 8 Eastern. The leaders will go off around 8 Eastern tomorrow, you believe, Craig? I'm just trying to plan my weekend. My weekend's going to be fantastic, win, lose, or draw. Shout out to all the dads out there. The last weekend I was alone with the kids, and this weekend I'm just alone, period. My wifey's taking the kiddos up north to a friend's cottage, so I'm all alone. We're in the fairway, I believe, here on 18. Um, the scoreboard, it's actually pretty pathetic how far behind the coverage is from some of the scoreboards that I'm looking at. By scoreboards, I mean specifically the Open Championship leaderboard. I use the web page. The apps really piss me off. The apps really piss me off. All these major apps outside of the Masters, they all suck. And what's the saddest part about it is I can't even like go relive moments or moments I didn't see because they happened in the middle of the night. Like if I took a nap in the middle of the Masters, when the day was over, I could go back watch any shot I wanted. Isn't that fantastic? Not to say I'm taking a nap in the middle of the Masters. I'm more likely to be taking a nap in the middle of the Open Championship because it tees off at 1 a.m. John Rahm. That looks like the perfect John Rahm momentum making distance, does it not? His putt on 18 looks to be a little, what, left to right, 17 feet? I have no way to actually judge how well I called that distance for John Rahm's putt because nobody tells you anything. Open Championship coverage where nobody tells you anything. Guess. Right? Shouldn't that be their slogan? Nobody tells you anything. Just guess, idiots. Really hyped for Finau's round today. I am. Sergio, is Sergio, oh, did Sergio not get the par 5? Okay, good. Sergio did get the par 5. Like the battle we've seen from Sergio today, he started his day with bogeys on 2 and 5 and has answered with 4 birdies, 8, 9, 10, 14. Hopefully he can make 1 or 2 more coming home. Louis' last iron of the day, his last curse shot of the day. Looks like much like John Rahm's putt, just from the other side of the hole. So Louis, Rahm, and Shane Lowry all in fantastic position. The leader, and no one worse than T16, which is Lowry's position. Yeah. My betting card is kind of real shit, and I guess that happens when I bet on players who I'm anticipating need to play in tough open conditions. B Dog, that's a question that I've actually been wondering, and thank you for reminding me. I'll just ask everybody. Does anyone know what was the biggest ROM number they saw? 80 to 1, maybe? Like, what was the biggest ROM number you might have seen yesterday when he started real? Well, as other guys were making birdies and he wasn't deep into yesterday. I'm going to guess there might have been something about 80 to 1 out there. We'll see. I don't know. There's not going to be an ounce of win. Doesn't Colin Morikawa feel like he's just going to win this thing, assuming he can, if he's got the greens figured out? I hope they go buck wild on the greens tomorrow. Marcel Seams' ponytail is an amazing story. I'm all about that. Birdie putt for Dustin Johnson. He's up and out of it quickly because he didn't hit it hot enough. Like this all white look from DJ today. A little off white top, I guess you could say. Scheffler's going to try to get up and down on 15 from just in front of the green. Very effective chip. Oh, okay. What, 3.5 feet there for Scheffler to save his par? I'd fully anticipate he comes down with that. It's really interesting. Nike tried so hard to make horrible clothes for the previous majors, and then this week they didn't really try anything at all. Quite an interesting effort over there from Nike. So Rahm's got this one. Like, if even the broadcast on the Chiron could show us the goddamn distance of the putt, like, it's really annoying. Because I don't know anything. I don't have a shot tracer that's telling me anything. But the eyeball test shows you this is that ideal Rahm momentum moment putts. 4 birdie to get to 6 under, well within striking distance. He would be 5 back of Louis, presuming Louis wouldn't make his putts. This looks to be 15, 17 feet. And he hits it a little soft. Can't believe it. John Rahm, you're the man. Tap it in. He's 5 under. What's that? T11 at the moment at the Open Championship? T12. T12 tied with Brooks, tied with Mac. Nice little group there. Did Scheffler make his par? See what we're getting. So we're going to have a pairing of Morikawa Spieth, and at the moment Morikawa Louis, for Telly Spieth, Scheffler Von Thunder, Grillo Sim, Sullivan Harding, Johnson Casey, Brooks Hughes, Rahm Finau. I like that pairing. Obviously, things can change. Shane Lowry can make a putt, which would ruin that pairing for me. And Sergio Garcia obviously made a bogey. Keeping an eye on those guys riding +1 at the moment. It is pretty uneventful, but Takumi Kayama just made bogey on 13, so he is now at 1 over par, riding the cut line. Harris English, you goddamn hero. Harris English is somebody's hero. An eagle on 14 that the broadcast would never show us. Louis misses his putt, and if you want to celebrate me, Shez Reavy made his birdie on 14, so that is clutch. Need to get Reavy through for what might be a lone 6 of 6 for me. Amateur Yuxin Lin, the Chinese amateur, having seen very many amateurs have any success here this week, but the broadcast wouldn't tell you even if they were. Nice little week for some guys, American golfers who you wouldn't have thought would make the cut. Give me a Lanto, who's Lanto's still got to finish, but Max Homa is in. Sam Burns is in. So nice. Sam Burns gets all those guys who played that clear misprice in the DK to the weekend. Bum 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 bum. Lynn just bogeyed 15, so he is now back at 1 over. So we have 4 guys on the course riding the cut line: Lynn, English, Van Royen, and Kayana. And only one player, Martin Keimer, who's at 2 over, clearly will need a birdie at the last. Um, Clearly waiting for that green to clear. Louis, I didn't see Lowry's putt. Did Lowry make his putt? Did Lowry make his putt? We're gonna find out right now. No, he didn't. None of those 3 guys made their putts on 18 green. Scheffler, if he can find a birdie on the way home here, 3 holes to play, he would be the one who can get into that final group with that final group, that second last group with Spieth. If he birdied out, he would actually supersede Morikawa, getting into the final group with Louis Oosthuizen. So something to keep an eye on there. Obviously, there's not many players on the golf course who television would even care to show us. Cameron Tringale, no one cares about you. But a nice little showing for Tringale. Listen, I don't know. It's like a calm day in Florida. No wonder these guys are playing so well. Anyone who I bet got the bad weather. So I don't know. Can Tommy Fleetwood or Daniel Berger shoot like a 61 tomorrow? Would that even be good enough to get into contention? Corey Connors. Corey Connors and Ryan Fox a pairing tomorrow. Cam Smith, Danny Willett, Brian Harmon, Shane Lowry. Obviously, Cameron Tringale getting to 500 would ruin my pre-mocking of Saturday pairings. Trying to figure out when they'll start, when they'll finish. Making any new bets or rocking with Willett? I made a couple bets today when I clearly realized my guys were on the wrong side of the wave. I do pretty good at betting golf, and then I'm happy to give it back betting majors. No, not happy to do it, but that just seems to be the reality of my life. Because I overbet majors, and I'm going to be pretty dickless in majors this year. So that's kind of annoying, but I have fun. I have fun, but I'm not smiling. I'm not smiling. Cameron Tringale still gets to play the par 5 14th. He's probably on it right now. So an opportunity, a nice opportunity for him to keep it rolling. Yeah, I guess I should have told you. So I did bet for Telly. I bet for Telly and I bet Dustin Johnson. I bet for Telly at 125 to 1 today, and I bet Dustin Johnson at 20 to 1. So those are the bets that I'll have with any half decent position, and I certainly didn't make them pre-tournament. Tournaments like this where you wonder why you even make a fucking bet before it starts. Because I'm an idiot and didn't bet Spieth. I didn't bet Louis. I didn't bet Morikawa. That's kind of annoying. I'm into this Harris English charge though for the cut line. Staring at some lineups now. You, like me, need Harris English to make the weekend. Any love for Keimer? Be fun if they showed us where he was on the tee, maybe how long his putt was. He's really trying. He birdied 15, he birdied 16, got himself within one of this number as he goes or as he plays the 18th hole. But again, it is the Open Championship where we don't know anything and we just have to guess. That should be the slogan for this event. I don't know anything that's happening. It's the Open Championship. I don't know anything that's happening. You never take Louis, and he always contends with good odds. Okay. What do you want from me? Does he win? Am I being bashed for never betting Louis? I don't know. That's a weird flex, right? Who the hell cares? Like, I don't know. Is Louis gonna win, or is he gonna hit it OB on Sunday? I'm a Louis fan, but I'm not here thinking he's winning. To be perfectly honest, I'm still not thinking he's win. Well, I shouldn't say that. I cheer for Louis, but I wouldn't be surprised if he did anything. I can't believe Tim did that though. It's a very weird flex from Tim. Although not to be that surprising that Tim would roach the guy that he wants to win. Oh, Dustin Johnson's in trouble. Oh, nice little recovery. I don't know. Does anyone make a bogey around here? Anybody? I guess I just saw Dustin make a bogey, but really, what's going on, folks? Like, am I bored? Are you bored? Tell me if we're bored. I'm not totally surprised about Connors, especially with the conditions. Conditions are playing right into the hands of guys that strike the ball as beautifully as Corey Connors, who can, they can use their natural ball flights. They don't need to work on anything. They're not being forced on their Achilles heel, which is scrambling. The conditions out there are making it pretty benign for these guys to do whatever they want. Speaking of whatever they want, head over to PrizePicks, PrizePicks.com, promo code FTN, 100% instant match bonus up to $100. It's you versus the projections over at PrizePicks.com. A full weekend slate of Open Championship golfers to pick from. Single round score projections will be available this evening. Over under on their Saturday score, over under on their Saturday birdie or better totals, and weekend finishing position over under projections. On top of that, NBA Finals action on the go tomorrow. MLB returns from All-Star break this evening. Vlad to the over. Guerrero Jr., of course, that is. And did I forget anything? UFC. UFC, per usual, back in the cage, because when are they not in a cage tomorrow night? UFC Las Vegas with some number beside it, I believe it's called. I could be wrong about that, but I am certain UFC's in the cage tomorrow because I've been pumping and seeing all the boys over at FTN get their UFC content out. Again, use that promo code FTN for 100% instant match bonus up to $100. Watching Louis post round interview here, clearly not listening to anything that is being said. Always enjoy when UPS guy rises to the top. No FedEx Cup points though, right? Available here, and not really being spoken about, or I guess it was really deep in the morning. But Will Zalatoris really like cut himself in half yesterday. It looked it looked like he recovered because he made an amazing finish to that hole. But I haven't seen what the actual diagnosis was on what they claim the injury is. And I'm not saying claim as if there isn't an injury. I'm 100% certain there is because I did catch that shot live yesterday by Will Zalatoris, who was playing quite beautifully. So that is unfortunate. Still waiting on the result of Martin Keimer's 18th hole. He needs a birdie to get to the weekend. Obviously, the broadcast isn't going to give that to us. We're presently getting the Louis Oosthuizen highlight package. Harris English, though, a 4 under round, still on the course. Went out with 35, even par on his front nine, but has started his back nine with 4 under through just 5 holes. So Harris English, weekend in his sights. Looking now at that Louis Oosthuizen eagle putt, I assume that is exactly the moment Tim Anderson cursed Louis. He'll have to fight through the curse this weekend, and some big names lurking on that leaderboard. We do have this, right? Oosthuizen, Morikawa, Spieth, Scheffler, and then just sort of this, logjam of not great names. Tonder, Grillo, Seam, Spaceman Sullivan, Harding. Then you get right back into it with DJ, Casey, Brooks, Rahm, Finau. So I'm expecting an exciting weekend. Hopefully we get one. The conditions aren't going to help us get there, but I am all here for all any excitement we can get as it pertains to the weekend. Because as I said all week, I'm okay losing bets, but I don't want to lose bets. Um, I don't want to lose bets. Ooh la la. I don't want to lose bets. Sorry, someone's messaging me about a mistake with a bet. I'm in the middle of a show here, friend. Gotta like hammer fist over to make a bet on a website right now. But no, Harris English sweating that cut. But I don't mind losing bets if it's gonna play like a true open. True open, true conditions, get got. Whatever it's playing like right now, I'm not here for. I'm really not. I'm really not. And that's just the voice of a guy that doesn't have money on Louis, a voice of a guy that doesn't have money on Jordan Spieth, and a voice of a guy who said that who bet Colin Morikawa would miss the cut this week. So that's why I'm not enjoying it. But I just want conditions so I can enjoy it regardless. But I don't appreciate the slander of not betting Louis. Like, I don't know. Like, for all those guys that have been betting Louis a ton, like, they don't win their bets. And you get entertainment out of it, but I don't know. I hit enough winners in the year. I don't need to be picked on for not betting on Louis, right? Or am I wrong? I don't know. You guys tell me. Maybe I'm speaking out of turn here. Maybe I deserve to be picked on for not betting Louis. Prolific winner, Louis Oosthuizen. Louis also one of those guys I am such a really big fan of that, I don't know. I'd be super happy for Louis. Did Martin Keimer make a birdie? Did the German make the weekend? Do 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 do. No, he didn't. Oh, still pending. What is going on? Tell us, goddammit! Oh my God. We got one guy on the course trying to get inside the cut line. Stewart Cink is not going to make eagle and is on the verge of shooting 7 over today. Do you know who didn't notice that? Me! Noticed it now, pal. Herbert Lucas missing the cut. Oh my god, there are just so many painful names for me missing the cut. I really effing suck. Hold on now. Do you know who I need to look for right now? Tell me he got in. Oh, Stenson's gonna miss by a stroke. Shit. Oh, not my friend. Not my open. This is not my open. This is not my open. What are the chances? Oh my god. They're actually showing Keimer putt on 18 to make the cut. What do you guys think? Oh, you guys watch that with me. Sorry, Sunflower. Sorry, Sunflower. Oh, man. That had to hurt. That had to hurt. Tino, we're going to be getting out of here in just a moment's time. Prize Picks, prizepicks.com, promo code FTN, 100% instant match bonus up to $100. It's you versus the projections over at prizepicks.com. You versus the projections over at prizepicks.com. It looks like Martin Keimer now is going to have some company at 2 over. Harris English, Eric Von Royen, Ian Lou, Shez Reevy, Lanto Griffin. So just a handful of guys still on the course trying to hold their positions, get it to the weekend. I do believe someone who was 1 over just made a bogey. I do believe someone who was 1 over just made a bogey. Kayana? Where did Kayana go? For all you guys rostering Kayana. Or maybe he made a birdie? I'm not really sure what just happened. But he seems to have gone in an extreme direction one way or the other. And we're going to call it a double bogey. Oh, double bogey's the par 5 14th. Kanaya. Takumi Kanaya. Dustin's approach onto 18. Oh, yes. Dustin going to get into the clubhouse at 7 under. I'm pretty excited about that. He'll be the guy I'll probably be cheering for this weekend because I'm just such a big fan. And I bet a little on him when I realized all my bets suck. Prize Picks, prizepicks.com, promo code FTN. You get in there this weekend. Use that 100% instant match bonus on your first deposit. Open Championship, NBA, UFC, MLB, whatever floats your boat, Prize Picks would have it. Even if it's cricket or soccer or highlight, it will be available for you at prizepicks.com. I'm Geoff Fienberg. Hopefully everybody has a great weekend. Good luck to you and all your lineups, all your outright selections at the Open Championship. May you avoid the heartbreak. I'm out.